Congresswoman, it's good to see you again. This could really be an exciting development where Cubans are rising up against this regime in a way we haven't seen in a half century. What should the U.S. be doing to help in this critical moment?
Oh, I think it's a fantastic question. And the Cubans are performing for an audience of one, the President of the United States and the U.S. Congress. And what we need to do right now is to send a very clear and loud voice to the international community that the United States, specifically President Biden, is with the Cuban people, shouting on the streets, libertad, freedom, or liberty. Because this has nothing to do with the United States embargo. It has nothing to do with vaccines. It has nothing to do with that they want food. You see the American flags being waved on the streets of Havana while people are getting beaten up and that their heads are being cracked open. So what we need to do is to send the message of solidarity, specifically the President of the United States. I have said many times before, this has nothing to do with a political party. It has nothing to do with that I'm a Republican and we have a Democratic administration. It has to do with Americans joining forces in order to help the Cubans that want the same thing we have and we enjoy: freedom, liberty, free market economy, and the pursuit of happiness.
You know what this means to Cubans who are rising up. Your parents fled the country after the Castro regime came to power. What does this mean to you personally to see this kind of activity?
Great question. It touches my heart because, you see, I grew up in Miami. I'm the daughter of political refugees. They came with $5 in their pocket in 1961. I was born shortly thereafter, and I was born in this magnificent country with the American exceptionality and the platform that the United States has created for every single immigrant. Allow me the possibility of being now the servant and the person that was chosen to be the representative for the city of Miami, which has the largest Cuban exile community in the world. So for me, it's a glorious day, but at the same time, the responsibility is immense on my shoulders because I know what they're crying for. I know what they mean. I know that socialism just doesn't work, and you have the perfect empirical evidence on the streets of Havana saying we want what the American system offers. We do not want socialism, which is the precursor of communism, anymore. That's why we have to be there. We cannot do another Bay of Pigs. Another American administration cannot have that on the history books. This is the moment that the Biden administration needs to rise up to the challenge and say to the United Nations, why don't you go into Cuba and why don't you study the systematic oppression that the Castro brothers have caused on the Cubans, just like they invited to come to the United States to study the supposedly systematic racism that we are suffering. So you see, no double standards. This is a time to be with the Cubans, period.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis held a joint press conference with FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr this week to end the internet blockade in Cuba. You know, we used to do this during the Cold War. We did airlifts. We had radio free. Voice of America. We had all different types of ways that we communicated with folks about the importance of freedom and giving them hope and giving them faith that they can do this, that they can take back their own destiny. How important is the flow of free, objective information and getting it to the Cuban people right now?
That's a fantastic question because DeSantis was invited to my congressional office. That place that you saw on the footage where you had Carlos Jimenez, another congressman from Florida, you had DeSantis, the lieutenant governor, you had myself, and Brendan Carr. We put it together because that's what's the most urgent thing that we could do? Provide internet, be able to the Cubans who are shouting on the streets to be able to upload those videos and show to the world what the repressive apparatus is doing to them. Let the Cubans do whatever thing they want to, but let them don't feel alone. Because I know that once they know that the world is watching, specifically the United States, they would embolden themselves and go out there because they have nothing else to lose. They have nothing. Now they don't have fear. So we need to reward that bravery and at least making the world see what they're going through. Because right now, we don't know they're being butchered on the streets of Havana. And it's not only the capital, it's all over the island. We're talking about 40 different cities all across the island coming out and rising up and saying no more. But then in the United States, you know, in that press conference that you mentioned with Governor DeSantis, we had two choices right on the table. Number one, there is a company called Raven from South Carolina that they have a balloon and they can put that balloon together immediately. We only need the green light from the White House. Number two, DOT, Department of Defense. They have done this in the Middle East. We know how to do this. You know, we're the number one innovator in the world. We have Google, Apple, Microsoft. We have, what don't we have? But then now is the time to put that technology at the feet of the Cubans so they will decide what they want to do while they're on the streets.
You know, the Cuban government is blaming the U.S. for the protests and the riots. Congresswoman, that to me sounds like they're getting worried. And we appreciate you being on the show and your leadership on this issue. Congresswoman Maria Salazar, thanks so much for being here.
Hi, Emma Reckenberg here. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more to see on Newsmax TV. You can watch for free right here on our YouTube live stream and be the first one here each time our experts break down real news. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and stay with us on America's fastest growing cable news channel, Newsmax TV.